who let this guy out of the, like, who let him out? Who let him leave his Arizona gated community and come talk to me? Why is he taking shots at Gavin McKenna? What are you talking about? He has to do a drive-by of like, well, McKenna's not even that good, actually. What the fuck? What? Are you nuts?
Maloney says we got off to a slow start. Behind the 8 ball, we can't score. Good analysis.
Great analysis,
You
Don.
don't defend particularly well. I look at the roster right now. I have a hard time picking 1 or 2 players that I can say this guy's been playing consistently up to the identity. And this is another one of those red flags that you and I were talking about reading through these articles is they just keep coming back to this identity. The identity is to be a hard out. If that's your goal, to be a hard out, that's almost like playing not to lose. Is it not? How about the goal is to build a Stanley Cup contending team? We're not a hard out. We're the fucking best in the league. And look, like Daryl came in, and when he says something like that, he'll back it up with a product on the ice. But like this whole, we want to be hard to play against. Like that's the ultimate goal of this organization. It doesn't mean winning or losing. You can lose every game, but you made it hard on the opponent.
That's all we need.
It seems to be they got to up their identity here, because this whole thing that they've been slamming down our throats for the past 2 seasons, we just want to be a hard team to play against. Can we up that to like how about we want to beat every fucking team we play? That's hard. That's a hard team to play against. You know who's hard to play against right now? The Colorado fucking Avalanche, because they outscore you and win. Enough with this fucking. Yeah. It's so. There's nothing concrete about this identity that they've instilled in the players. How do you even measure that? Well, we lost 3-2 tonight, but fuck, were we hard to play against?
I liked some of our game.
Congrats, boys. We lived up to our identity. No. This thing needs to be switched. Like that rant you went on the other day, what the fans truly want. We want to be like we were in the 80s. We want to be a fucking wagon. Now's the time. You have so many prospect pieces already in your pipeline that look very, very promising. You add a couple, top 3 picks to that, maybe one more top 5, top 10 pick to that, to what we already have going on. You keep leaning into this window that's been opened up for you. You could build a Stanley Cup contending team. That's what fans want. We don't fucking care about the lunch buckets anymore. We're sick of it. We're sick of the mid lunch bucket mentality.
Dude, that's exactly correct. And that is ultimately why all this bubbles over in frustration. Because, like you said, what kind of goal is that? And you look at this team from like macro goals and micro goals, like from top to bottom. And, it's like, we want to be hard to play against. We want guys that like hate losing, and we want Calgary to be like a good place to play. What?
We want teams to know when they play us, they're going to feel us.
We want it to be an attractive place for people to come play. We want people to say, I love playing in Calgary. What?
We wanted to win a Stanley Cup too, but we just
that's like the vaguest dumb shit ever. And that you see Maloney in these Chase videos, and it's like, that's when it's like, we're cooked, because it's just like, we want to win the Stanley Cup. It's like, imagine you work for like, this is one of the most prestigious high performance jobs in the world, the president of a professional sports team. Like, imagine you took that even to a smaller scale, and you're like the president of a company. You're a president of a big company in Canada or the USA. And like, that's what you got. That's your vision. That's your message.
We don't have any hard metrics to feed down to you guys. We just want you all to work hard.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, shareholder meeting, board of directors meeting. What do you got done? Well, we want to make $1 billion, and everybody work really hard.
$1 billion.
That's how we going to get there. Hard work, and everybody likes working here. Good culture. Like, that's not a plan. What are you talking about? So that's top down.
It's not even something you can measure.
And that's been the problem. And like you said, this mid thing is more than just finishing in the middle. It's more than just we don't have superstars because we refuse to bottom out because of this wacko fear about like, we're going to be like Buffalo. You are like Buffalo. You're Buffalo. It's you. Here's the 2 worst teams in the NHL, worst run franchises, or the least successful in the last 25 years. It's you and it's Buffalo. And maybe there's an argument for like Columbus to be in there as well, or maybe like one other team. But it's in the East, it's Buffalo. In the West, it's you guys. So like, that's what I mean. And you know what? They don't even have an identity of their own. You know, they don't have this goal of like, we want to be a wagon. We want to be an elite team. It's always in reference to what other teams are doing. It's like, well, we know we don't want to be like, but it's not creating an identity for the team here and having our own goals and having like, that's where we need to get. And we want to become an elite hockey team year after year and be one of the best franchises in the league. It's like, well, we don't want to be Buffalo. Maybe we can be like Dallas. I don't know. That looks pretty. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like you're always defined by what other teams are doing. And I mean, even in this article, he's referencing teams like, well, you don't want to be like Anaheim, Chicago. It's just like, there's nothing about what the Calgary Flames are committed to doing and what they want to do and who has the vision from top down in the Calgary Flames organization. It's just like, well, this team's doing this and that team's doing that. We don't want to do this, but we want to do that. It's what are you talking about? That's not leadership. That's not a vision. That's not how you have success in any organization. Ridiculous.
He goes on to say, I think we're realistic in our expectations.
Oh, good.
Again, what are they?
Well, if your expectations are like, hey, we just want to be hard to play, hardworking team, and everybody wants to play here, some guys like playing here, then knock yourself out. It's pretty easy to accomplish, I think.
We certainly think there's more in this group than we've shown the record is the record. We're 32nd in the league, and it's very humbling.
Is it humbling?
Everybody
is it humbling?
Everybody in the organization feels it.
Feels what? See, that's the other thing, too, that they have shame in this. They have this weird, like, we don't want to be Buffalo shame. It's like everyone is ecstatic. 99% of the fan base is ecstatic and not feeling it. They're feeling the exact opposite.
Yeah, excitement, hope.
It's hope for once. It's like we might actually get a player that we've needed forever. Like, compare and contrast. You know, this is, again, what I don't understand about the organization. Compare and contrast the discourse amongst the fan and the feeling amongst the fan base in Conroy's first year when he traded everybody and the team wasn't doing well. And we were going into the draft and we had a top 10 pick, which doesn't seem like much, but for us, it's a lot.
We got a good pick at 9.
Yeah, great pick at 9. It was amazing. We were stoked. There was nobody. We were totally behind what Craig was doing. It was just like trade after trade after trade. The draft was awesome. It was just like, yes, let's go. Compared to now, where it's like you're worse, and the messaging from the team is like, this is a big problem, and the fans are pissed. Don't you pay attention to that? Didn't you see how we still came to the games at the end of that season when they were out of it? And they were looking at a top 10 pick and they had traded everybody. And we got to see players like Zary come up and play and look really good. And it was exciting. And you got to see Wolf get into a few games. And we had Coronado ran and we're looking forward to that. Didn't you see that? I don't get it.
Key lines from the first answer. It's been poor and unexpected. And I think we're realistic in our expectations. Delusional, defiant.
Delusional.
Francis, second question. Same personnel as last year, same coaching staff, same everything, different result. Can you put your finger on it and why? No, quite frankly, I cannot.
Great job.
I just don't understand.
You're the president.
I can't understand why a team that's missed the playoffs for 3 straight seasons with an aging veteran core group is not having better results this season.
I can't understand a team whose best player is 35 years old isn't having results. It's beyond me. I don't know.
That's what we've been doing for the past month, evaluating everything we've done. From who we've signed and when we signed them to how we've trained to how we coach. We haven't found the ingredient other than it's a lack of consistency.
It's just the consistency. Yeah.
We're consistently mediocre. How about that, Don?
How about I know the missing ingredient? It's called like 3 or 4 studs. It's called a Macklin Celebrini,
it's
Will
called
Smith.
Elite talent, Don. 2 words.
I think we know.
I think there's a certain style that we need to play here right now. Just got to be hard to play against. And it's not pretty per se. It's not pretty.
It's not.
Why would you want
Sweet.
something pretty and exciting to watch?
Why would you want us to be excited to watch the Calgary Flames? I know it's crazy. It's just,
Hey,
I know.
It's playing a little tighter defense, even though does he not have analytics? The Calgary Flames are the top defensive team in terms of was the scoring chance, high danger scoring chances allowed?
I think last week I saw Jay Fresh had them at second in terms of expected goals against. Let's see what Natural Stat Trick has them per 60 minutes high danger chances against. Regardless, they're like in the top 10 because they play the most boring brand of hockey. Currently, the Flames are 4th at 5-on-5 in high danger chances against. So I don't think you can tighten up very much.
It's not about tightening up defensively. Sorry to tell you, Mr. President of the $1 billion sports team. Sorry to tell you, there's analytics to help you.
Oh, what are these here numbers? This is a spreadsheet. Linda, can you come in here and help me turn on my computer?
You can't score fucking goals because you don't have elite talent, Don. That's what it comes down to. And we haven't been particularly a smart team. You know, you're one of the highest penalized teams, yada, yada.
Oh, my God, dude.
It's still November. But we're sitting, if we're sitting here in February and March and we continue to flounder, obviously there will be changes. So that was the key. Okay. That was the one line out of the entire 2-part article.
It's like, stop there, Don. Stop
interview. The fans can now, that's putting out the fire you just fucking ignited. Yeah, Pinder said it well on, I mean, you watch the barn burner, and I think, you know, Boomer's, he's feeling what the fans have been feeling for year after year here. And you're sitting there, you're like, does this organization actually truly believe all this stuff? Are they really that delusional? And then you got Pinder saying, well, you know what, it is early. You don't know what they're going to do if they're in their position in at the deadline. Nobody freak out yet. And Pinder straight up said, you know, if he could have came out and did that interview with Brendan Parker, all he would have had to say is that little snippet right there. If we're sitting in February and March where we're sitting and we continue to flounder, obviously there will be changes.
I mean, he could have. I think the fan base knows the team well enough, though, to know that. I think the problem is it doesn't matter. Like, what changes are going to happen between now and then? You're going to like go on like a little run and like get back to within, you're in 20th, you're in 18th. You know, like it doesn't matter. It's kind of like when they say every year, like, we just want to give the guys in the room a chance. Like they've earned it. They haven't earned shit. They missed the play. You've given them chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And it was like, hey, they kind of won some games last year because Wolf was out of his mind in the first half. Big fucking deal. Who cares? You can't run your organization because like, that's the blip. Last year was the blip. And that's the problem is, you know, they will take that blip and run with it. This is unexpected. Instead of being like, you know what? This is a blip now. We know it's a mirage right now. We're trading Anderson at the deadline right now. We're going to take calls on Coleman at the deadline right now because the value is out of insane. And next year he will be a year older. It doesn't matter that we're kind of in this playoff race. That's the problem, is that doesn't even matter. It doesn't. I mean, yes, they obviously you want to hear they will make the moves if they're still in this position in a few months, but it shouldn't matter, I think, is the point, because
that's the point. Yeah.
It's like,
if you're good,
are you delusional or not?
Yeah. If you're good at evaluating the true talent level on this team based on what they've done the last 3 seasons, lean into this.
Yeah. And that's what the delusion is. That's what the delusion is. It's like, well, we'll see where we're at. It's like, no, like we
know where we're at.
We know. You guys don't seem to know.
This team is not going to bring us to the end goal winning Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
You're not winning Stanley Cup with Huberdeau as your top line winger. You're just not.
You're not winning a Stanley Cup doing a retool. We all know it. So cut it out.
So he can't pinpoint what the problems are. He thinks we would be better defensively, as well as play less pretty hockey than what we've seen. Can we get any less pretty?
I don't think that's possible, dude.
I mean, but he did say the little snippet. There will be changes. So I don't know. Question 2, defiant or delusional?
Mostly delusional.
A bit defiant. Defiant with undertones of delusion. Let's call it that.
Yeah. I'd say delusional with undertones of defiant.
Yeah, okay.
See,
Fair,
and then
fair
again,
enough. Because
you could stop there because the next question.
Next question. Has this start altered the organization's approach moving forward? Answer no. Our message is the same.
There you go.
Which is what though?
Cool.
What is the
we
message?
are trying to make the playoffs. We're not gonna throw in the towel.
At some point, if the losing continues, could the season possibly alter? Could it? The approach of the organization? I don't think it would alter the long-term approach.
No.
We're so conscious of the culture here and creating the right environment to grow these players that don't play. Sit in the press box, watch games, play PP2. We feel it's better to grow winning players in a winning environment.
You're dead last, you fucking
bro.
idiot.
You couldn't be any more of the complete opposite of winning. Yet you're coming out here and touting about this winning environment you're working on creating.
Again, this
delusion.
This is what's so delusional and so annoying. And similarly to why when Rasmus Anderson comes out in the offseason and says losing isn't an option in Calgary, it's like all this franchise has done for 35 years is lose. So that's what I don't understand about this pushing of like, we're conscious of the culture. We want guys who come in here and it's a winning environment. This is the most losing environment in the NHL.
Literally, he says, we feel it's better to grow winning players in a winning environment.
Sure.
Okay.
Delusion.
We're still going to lean on our veterans, but leave the opportunity for some young players to come and grow when they're ready. And this is, again, opposite of what the elite teams have been doing the past 5-10 seasons.
And it's not even, this is what's annoying because like San Jose has veterans. They keep veterans. I think everybody can agree that you do need some veterans on your team when you have a 100%. Young team.
Like Foligno in Calgary or Chicago, great veteran for that group right now.
Toffoli in San Jose, like I don't think anybody's debating that. And like honestly, I wouldn't even begrudge the team that much if they were like, no, we want to keep Kadri. But it's the reasons and what they're saying of why. It's like we want to keep Kadri because we want a guy for like Zane Parekh to lean. We want to keep Weegar because we need a guy for Zane Parekh and our young defenseman to lean on. And he's such a good guy and he's such a good leader. And he's going to help these young players. We want to keep Kadri because same thing. You know what? He's going to help these. If we draft some of these young center icemen, he's going to help Cole Reshny with parts of the game. Instead, it's like package this. Well, we need guys who know how to win. Like, and we're winning, and it's all about bringing them up and winning. It's like, that's delusion. That's nonsense. That's insane. There is value in having veteran players on the team. That's not the value. And when it's keeping you from making the moves that you should make, it's a big problem.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365. Over nail betting overtime wins a barn burner. Every face-off, hat trick, power play, shot on goal, penalty shot, and every suspenseful minute in between is amazing. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, an official partner of the NHL. Download the Bet365 app and use the code NATION to get in on the game. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. A bit of on a positive note here again. Francis asks, is the narrative accurate that the directive from the ownership is that there's not going to be a reset or a rebuild? He says, no, I don't think that's accurate. Okay, so maybe it is on the table. Maybe it is on the table. Depends what we do this week, though.
It depends what happens tomorrow night.
We have a collective group here with Nonis, Craig, Pascal, Hanlon, and we discuss how to move forward. We all want to win a cup.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yet here in a dynamic of Canada, you have 82 games. I like how every time he mentions win a cup, there's always a yet and a but.
But
you want to sell tickets and get people to come to your games. Again, we've touched on it. This has been one of the biggest pushbacks from the fan base that I've seen. As well as on Barn Burn the other day. It's like, what's going to sell more tickets? Rolling back Backlund, Coleman, and Huberdeau and trying to win games 1-0 next season? Or having a guy like Gavin McKenna in the fucking lineup for 82 games?
Imagine I would be a season
ticket
holder again tomorrow.
Sales. How many fucking McKenna jerseys? There's already McKenna jerseys. You see them. Imagine if he's actually on the fucking team, how many McKenna jerseys you're going to sell. It all kind of works together. No one has an appetite just to burn it to the studs, take it all down. We're not even asking for that. Just lean into the opportunity that's right in front of your goddamn face. Like you said on last night on Afterburner, up till now, Craig's done a great job for the most part of managing those assets. He's gotten some back for almost every expiring deal in the last 2 seasons. He fleeced Vancouver. We have a nice little we've done a killer job. We've brought all the analysts on the show. We've done a killer job the last 2 seasons in drafting. Prospect pool is looking good. If you add a couple top picks to what we already have going and continue to draft well, you don't have to take it down to the studs.
Well, and what are the studs anyways? Like, it's already like you don't have any studs. It's
well, and then you mentioned this last night. He's referencing teams like Anaheim. They missed the playoffs how many straight years?
Yeah, 7 years in a row.
Okay. This will be the 4th year we've missed it. Are we going to make the playoffs next year with this group? No. Are we going to make the playoffs the next year after following that with this group? No. Even if you do, you're going to win a Stanley Cup with this group?
You're not going to win. You think you're going to play Edmonton in the first round or Colorado and like not get killed?
There's examples out there right now of what you're talking potentially decades.
Who's taking decades? Who?
There's one example out there. It's Buffalo, and they got their first round picks and they fucked them up.
Yeah, they got Eichel, they got Reinhart, they got all these players. They screwed it up. Similarly to how when you were gifted Matthew Tkachuk and Johnny Gaudreau, Sam Bennett, you fucked it up.
The draft is such an inexact thing, yet then later on he quotes using the draft to build this team. If you could be guaranteed you get a superstar or franchise level player every year, I'm sure ownership of a team would say, yeah, okay, let's suffer for 2 or 3 years.
We just don't think there's a way for us. Jeez.
We don't think that it worked for San Jose. We don't think it worked for Anaheim. We don't think it worked for Ottawa. We don't think it worked for Montreal.
Didn't work for Colorado. Didn't work for Pittsburgh. Didn't work for Washington.
Didn't work for Chicago.
Florida. Didn't work for Chicago. Didn't work for any of these teams who have won Stanley Cups. Didn't work for Tampa. But it's definitely not going to work for us.
We prefer the Dallas model, where they got Heiskanen at 3, but they also got good players in the 20s and 30s. Again, talking out of both sides of your ass. You basically
same paragraph.
You just said that drafting is not an exact science. You can't rely on it. And then you go back and say, we like the Dallas model where they relied on their drafting.
And also that they got Heiskanen at 3. We don't want to pick. I don't want any part with them trying to get a high pick. We would prefer to do what Dallas did, which is get a high pick and then draft a lot of other good players. Like, jeez.
He's bumbling.
That's the delusion. That's the logical inconsistency that just drives people.
That's not even delusion. That's idiocracy, dude.
That's just literally mentally challenged statement right there. He just contradicted himself in one sentence. We prefer to do what Dallas.
He does it more often than once.
See, and this is what I mean. This is what I mean. I was talking about this last night with what this means is they want the shortcut. They don't want to put in the time. It takes decades. No, it doesn't. Who takes decades? Like you said, that's Buffalo, and they fucked everything up.
A decade max.
7 years for Anaheim. Again, how long are we into this? 4 years out of the playoffs going on, and we don't care. We just want to get more players. We'll buy tickets. Like, what are you talking? It took Anaheim 7 years, and now they're a wagon. How long did it take Colorado? Not that long. 5 years. Like, what are you talking about?
Chicago's insane. Close.
So what it is,
Detroit.
What it's code for is we want to take shortcut. We know the super secret shortcut way. And we're going to take the shortcut way. That's actually, it's funny that Dallas.
We're going to take the shortcut way that we just said doesn't work.
Yeah. These other ways that are proven to work, we're not going to do that.
That's fantasy.
That's a fantasy. We want to take the way that hasn't worked.
Proven approach is fantasy.
I don't know if you've noticed.
Fantasy approach is proven. That's basically what he's saying.
Because Dallas hasn't won a Stanley Cup. Unless I'm crazy, they haven't won the Stanley Cup since 1999. And I mean, they're a good franchise, well run, but it hasn't led to a cup championship like we have seen from teams who have aggressively tanked or aggressively picked in the top, like Pittsburgh. Like, we just rattle all of them off. So like you're saying, he's saying the reality is fantasy and the fantasy is reality. It's just batshit insane.
We've got to be better in our drafting and developing versus saying, let's just lose easy for everybody.
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid, dude. And see, this is what I mean. It's misrepresenting. It's so delusional because no one is saying to do that. Who's
We don't
saying that?
we don't want that culture as part of this organization. Dude, you're 30.
Christ.
You're last place. You already are. What you're saying you don't want.
You're 32nd. You've missed the playoffs for 3 going on 4 years. You've won 2 playoff rounds in 25 motherfucking years. You have been past the first round 3 times in all of our lifetimes in going on 4 decades.
Delusional.
You have won since 2010 16 playoff games. The only teams with less are Columbus, who have 15, Arizona, Phoenix, who
ran that team?
Interesting who ran that team. Couldn't be Maloney. Seattle, who's only been in the league for 4 years, and the Buffalo Sabres. You are all. That's what pisses everybody off about this winning culture fucking shit being jammed down our goddamn motherfucking throats.
You don't want that as a culture of this organization, but we're okay with.
That is the culture of this organization. That's why it's delusional. Oh, we don't want that. You have that.
You already are.
It is. You are that. You are Buffalo. We don't want to be Buffalo. You are.
Defiant.
Shut up.
Defiant, delusional, or mentally challenged.
All of the above, but definitely more mentally challenged. And that's what is burning fans up right
Defiantly
now.
delusional.
You're being lied to. You're being lied to. We want a winning culture. Well, I've been watching the Flames my entire life, and I've seen them be past the first round 3 times. And I know a lot of people who watch are a lot younger than me. If you're born after 2004, you've seen the Flames win 2 playoff rounds in your life. It's insanity.
Francis asks, with a top-heavy draft that includes Gavin McKenna, is it not exciting to simply lean into the hand you've been dealt this early? In a fantasy world, yeah. Unfortunately, this isn't fantasy hockey. It's delusional hockey. There's not even an argument there's not even an agreement anymore that McKenna's going first. No, you know what the agreement is?
What?
Any pick in the top 3 is going to be a cornerstone piece for a franchise. That's the agreement. There are very few franchise players in every draft. Yeah, it's because they're all in the top 3.
Yeah, it's because there's like 1 or 2 available every single year, you idiot.
Fuck. Regardless of where we pick 1, 5, 10, our hope is we get a top-level player, and that's not our focus at all.
See, I like how
that's not our focus at all.
Great. Who let this guy out of the who let him out? Who let him leave his Arizona gated community and come talk to me? Why is he taking shots at Gavin McKenna? What are you talking about? He has to do a drive-by of well, McKenna's not even that good, actually. What the fuck? What? Are you nuts? It's insane. And yeah, you know what? It is exciting. Why can't you say yeah, I think our fans will be excited about that, because that would be the most exciting thing to happen to this franchise since God knows when.
Well, and that's the tone deaf piece that
exactly. That's the part where
that was the basically number 1 response was this guy's tone deaf, and that is you're not hearing what your fans, what makes them excited.
You're in the fantasy world. Oh yeah, we don't want McKenna. Actually, we want to keep him just missing the playoffs.
Can we get some more aging vets to help round out this aging vet core?
See, that's what's so funny is they're always so concerned with Calgary needs to be a good place to play so we can attract free agents, so we can overpay for old guys to come here and sign retirement contracts. That's like you're saying, that's the level. That's our goal. Our goal isn't to draft the most elite and build the most elite young team and keep our players, maybe keep some guys who are homegrown instead of driving them away all the time, instead of making your highest pick in franchise history request a trade, instead of making your second highest pick in franchise history request a trade, instead of driving your superstar forward away in free agency when it comes time to sign, he says, I don't want to be here. Maybe you should be more focused on that side of things and on that side of acquiring players and making them feel like they want to be a part of the Calgary Flames. Not oh, we need to be a good place to play, so when an overpriced free agent is available, we can sign them.
Gotta stay mid.
Fuck.
Props to Francis on this article. He keeps asking all these great questions. He's paying attention. Francis knows.
Francis is at least paying attention.
Is there not a lesson to be learned by the fact that the top 4 leading scorers in the league are all number 1 picks? Teams like San Jose, Chicago, Anaheim, and the Islanders have all turned around with their star picks leading the way. Again, it's a fantasy world.
I like how Eric literally gives 4 examples concrete of it actually happening. It is happening before our eyes. Fantasy land. You kids in your picks and the fantasy gumdrops.
Reality is just fantasy.
I know.
Fantasy, that's reality.
Land.
Again, he's telling us that reality equals fantasy, but fantasy equals reality. It's just mind-boggling.
That's what is just like insane. It's like, what are you fucking? You're a blabbering old fool.
Dude, again, in the fantasy world, it's very enticing. You have to deal with the real world too.
Oh, which is what?
First of all, we're very early in the season. Let's see how this plays out for the rest of the year with those teams.
Oh, yeah, a nice drive-by shot. Again, like, oh, thanks, Don. All of those teams are leaps and bounds more prestigious and successful than the Calgary Flames.
Don't forget exciting to watch.
Yeah, and insanely fun to watch. Chicago, like how the audacity of this man to do a drive-by. I'm like, well, we'll see where they are. Chicago has won 3 Stanley Cups in the last 20 years and are now going to be a wagon. Anaheim has been an absolute force, and they're on their way to being a force again. San Jose was the best team in the Western Conference for 15 years.
Didn't they have the record there for the most consecutive playoff appearances?
Exactly. They made the Stanley Cup final. Had a great team for a really long time. The Islanders, they've even been to like conference finals. They're even more well-run than we are. So like, shut up. That's what, like, can you stop being such an arrogant dickhead and like maybe have some humility and be like, yeah, we actually are the standard of what other teams are looking at and saying, no, we don't want to be like Calgary. To like, come on, dude. That's where the delusion just infuriates you. Here's 4 examples of how other teams have done this and now look really good. Nope. Fantasy land.
No disrespect. Those teams are good. They're really good. But on that side, look at some of the other teams that have been in this. And I don't want to say the teams, but they've been down and missed the playoffs for years and years and years.
He's talking about Buffalo, and that's it.
Dude, have the Calgary Flames not missed the playoffs for years and years and years? And then you lose your fans and lose your interest, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants to see McKenna next year. No one. No one's interested in that. You're going to lose fans. If you draft Gavin McKenna first overall, you're going to lose fans.
We're going to lose fans if we finish 32nd and draft the most exciting prospect.
Meanwhile, like, how many fans have fucking changed their fucking handles to tank for McKenna? Fucking, you see pictures of McKenna jerseys.
We're excited. If Breck was playing every night, I'd be buying tickets. If
delusional or defiant,
like if Verstevich was playing every night, I'd be way more inclined to buy tickets. Not to mention McKenna. Dude, and here's what great point. Like, how many years did the Flames miss the playoffs? How many times when's the last time the Flames made the playoffs in back-to-back years? If you don't count the bubble season where they win the play-in round against Winnipeg.
Let's not count that.
2008, 2009 is the last time they made the playoffs in back-to-back years.
Does 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Does that sound like years and years and years and years and years?
Do you want to know?
You could add a couple more years and years on there.
Yeah, well, it's not quite as years. It's not as many as Buffalo, at least. Here, you want to know the last time the Flames made the playoffs and won a round in consecutive years? 1988, 1989. That's the last time the Flames made the playoffs and won a round in back-to-back years. 40 years ago, almost. What are you talking about, Donald?
Suffice to say, another delusional statement. It seems like everyone would agree you're missing the difference makers. How can you get them if you don't draft one?
Francis just keeps asking these questions kind of like, okay, like, you can't really mean this shit, right? Like, can you, and just keeps giving the most ridiculous answers ever.
And then he goes on to say, well, Matthew Tkachuk was a pretty good difference maker. We drafted him 6th. Just good players at the top of the draft. You don't have to be at the very bottom to get difference makers.
That is at the bottom. What? So it's okay to finish in the bottom 6, but it's not okay to finish in the bottom 3.
Bro, you're never going to get Connor McDavid late in the draft. You're never going to get Leon Draisaitl late in the draft. You're never going to get Cale Makar late in the draft. You're never going to get Nathan McKinnon late in the draft. I guess
Sidney
you got
Crosby,
Kucherov. You got
Kenny
Kucherov.
Mountain.
You got
Kucherov was. Oh, yeah, except we picked Tyler Weatherspoon one pick ahead of him. You're never going to get Stamkos. You're never going to get Hedman. You're never going to get...
Dude, that is just epic, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
funny?
there's one guy, and we picked someone else right before him.
And I like how this guy has to, like, the example he's using is of a player who hasn't played for the team in 4 years, a player they drafted 10 years. Like that's the basis of you saying we don't actually have to finish in the
a guy that
three.
You absolutely fumbled. You saw the writing on the wall. Is like, I'm out. Peace.
The Flames are resting, like they're resting their laurels in defining their franchise strategy by a guy who they drafted 10 years ago, who hasn't played for the team for 4 years, who told them to fuck off because they were such a shit show, and then immediately won 2 Stanley Cups. And the Flames are like, see, like he was a good player. That's the state of the Calgary Flames.
We did good drafting Sam Bennett.
We did really good when he won the Conn Smythe winner at 4 overall. We can finish in the bottom 4, not in the bottom 3, though. Matthew Tkachuk 6th overall. He's a good player that we totally fumble.
Don Maloney goes on to say your odds are probably better to be at the very bottom, as we all know. But for us, it's one thing to have this discussion in March, April. Okay.
Sure.
It's another to have it in October, November. Okay.
All right.
As long as you follow up with that. But with the amount of delusion you're spewing, it doesn't leave us a lot to grasp onto.
Well.
For a team like us that came with certain expectations, we're not going to just knee jerk because we've had a bad month.
Knee jerk it? Yeesh.
We're going to continue to do what we've been doing, develop and draft players we feel the correct way to do. We'll see how the next few months goes. But again, it's not going to be a knee-jerk reaction, just having disappointing 20 games. Okay,
course.
fine.
Why would you?
Okay, fine.
20 games. How about 4 years? How about 25 years of disappointing games? How about 35 years of disappointing games? Also, you just said you're going to continue to draft and develop 2 minutes after you said drafting is an inexact science and there's no guarantees. So
also, you know, like we've been saying, and Boomer said this on Barn Burner, it's just like the path has already been laid out. And now you're sitting there with a golden fucking opportunity to quicken things up. You have assets that you can turn in and continue to build what you've been building. That's a knee-jerk reaction.
Knee-jerk reaction. No, it's called the correct reaction.
It's carpe diem. Seize the fucking moment, Don.
Oh, I've got to think about this one just in case we might make the playoffs next year.
Carpe diem, is that a type of fish?
What is that? This is like stumbling upon
a goal. Tasty. I'll take my dentures out for that one.
Think he had his dentures in for this one, or does he just pop them in for TV?
You should just pop them out for the next interview, eh?
Yeah. That's a rebig. Maybe that's why he said rebig. Maybe because he said rebig because his dents are just popped out. Stuff them back in.
Francis, I'm with you. Nobody goes into the season saying, I hope to finish top 5. But what about the notion that this poor start is an opportunity to pivot for the greater good? Francis is so on point.
Francis is like, don't you see? Like,
Francis,
hello.
Who are you and what have you done with Eric? Because
exactly.
Something has changed in this man. I guess maybe he's getting tutelage under Friedman or something, man. Well,
just
Friedman
they even broke Francis.
Friedman did kind of say
has even broken Francis down.
Friedman did kind of say that, you know, the Sportsnet team and Eric Francis put together. Maybe Friedman was part of this questioning and answer.
I'm wondering how it came together because I don't if it came after if it was after the interview and they set it up after that, then like this is really insane because like I said last night, I was expecting this to be a piece like Maloney coming out and like clearing some things up and making us feel better. And he just doubled down on everything. So I'm wondering if it was like done, you know, before the reaction to that intermission interview even came out. Cause like, holy cow.
Well, you got to think it takes a couple of days to slap it together, but Maloney says we're still evaluating every day as we go. And when we say, how do we improve the club? It's always with a long-term point of view. To me, it's just too early us to be throwing in the towel. There's never going to be a point where we say, let's just get rid of every player that every other team wants. It's not what we're fucking asking.
Who is asking for that?
How about this is the opportunity you've been handed?
How about this is the opportunity of a lifetime?
You have the chance to draft first overall. You have a guy in Nazem Kadri who's since been here on this team is probably at the highest value point. Is there not a famous old saying called say buy low, sell high?
Flames do the opposite.
If you keep this core together and you end up the best you're going to finish is what? The absolute best you can finish is just outside the top 10.
It's our spot.
But we have a winning culture.
But everybody thinks that winning is good. It's insane. And again, you should be waking up every morning and thanking Nazem Kadri along with Jesus that he's still playing at this level and he's still a valuable commodity in the NHL. And that's the thing that's crazy is that you look at the other teams who have been forced into or who have ended up picking first or second overall. They don't usually have the kind of assets that some of the assets the Flames are sitting on. It's kind of like they have to pay other teams to take some of these anchors. They just have a lot of players who are just like, well, we can't get rid of this guy. Dude, the Flames have 3 primo.
Coleman has just upped his value. He comes out leading the team in scoring the first 12 games.
He's 34. Kadri's 35.
Anderson has turned it on in the past couple of weeks.
Anderson's been one of the best players on the team in the
all
last
of these
few
guys
weeks.
that can net you potentially decently big returns.
We don't want to get rid of the players.
The entire team. We can't get rid of the entire team.
That's called having a valuable asset, bud.
We won't get rid of anybody because we can't get rid of it. Huberdeau has increased his value. Huberdeau's increased his value. Friedman the other day said, you know what? With the way he's turned it around with some retention, this
might be possible where the gap is.
And then he quickly says after that, I don't know if the Flames would want to do that though.
Yeah, he's too important. Yeah. Oh, what a shock. So nobody's saying get rid of Huberdeau. Nobody. Yeah, props to Huberdeau.
Last night sticking up for Coleman or for Coronado. That was awesome. Francis, when you say long term, do you have a goal in mind? I love it, dude. Francis is just every single follow-up question was like,
what? So, are you a fucking idiot or what?
A goal in mind in terms of what you expect when you expect this team to be competitive? Well, in an ideal world.
Oh, you have a goal in an ideal world? Sweet.
In an ideal world that's not based in fantasy, we're hoping to have a little pop in momentum going into the new building.
Good Lord, dude. Yeah, you know what would do that? You know what would give you a lot of momentum?
You know what would fucking bring a lot of fans to the building?
Fucking McKenna.
And another top 3 pick to add on top of that?
Landon DuPont.
But again, it's just how these young players evolve. If we had this conversation in the summertime, we were probably feeling a bit stronger about things. We've got some prospects here that we don't ever play and some young players. But when you're sitting where we're sitting in the standings, it looks a little cloudy.
Thanks, Don. I like how the end is. This interview was lightly edited for brevity. It's because Don was just yakking. Back in
my rebiggle days.
You used to be able to get a popsicle and a Coca-Cola for 25 cents.
Don, that has nothing to do with the Calgary Flames.
Oh, I'm the Calgary Flames GM? I thought I was still managing the Phoenix Coyotes. I used to have Keith Yandel on my team, and he was tall.
Hey, buddies. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Also, if you could throw in a like and subscribe, it does help us out with what it is we are doing. And check out more at flamesnation.ca.